Keep California cowgirls from vanishing. Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse, Semi. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Sadie practices over the haunches with an ATV mechanical cow simulator.
Pulling slack. And Susie's coming my way because she feels the pressure behind her horns.
Semi practices speed in the center third of the run.
We're trying to work on getting our 3 Morgan horses to go over their haunches and follow a moving object with speed. We're on purpose starting with Semi, Shadrach Triton Semi, because she is the best of my 3 horses as far as working over her haunches and transitioning to the various speeds. Today Katie is riding, and I've had her for the last 10 minutes or so take Semi back and forth. We're fencing her. That means we're riding along a fence, into a fence, getting her, yes, to use her haunches, you see. Get her to stop with her haunches. Not a big long slide, but definitely not a bounce on the front legs. Good. Okay, now, good. Keep going all the way around. If she hasn't gone 180, Katie, just correct her before you move out. Straight angle, 180 degrees. Good. You see how good Semi is. Very nice. Good. Beautiful. All right, so we've got Semi. She's wide awake and athletic today. It's a sunny but brisk day. Okay, and we've got the cable cow on the short run set up here. And here's our objective today. We're going to try to do what cutters do when they are in competition, and that is get my cutting horse to work on over the haunches with the moving object in the center third, the center third of the width of the line of work. So we're not going to be picking up a canter to go across the width or down the width of this arena. What we're going to do is try to get Semi to, with speed, work this cable cow, which I'm going to be operating from the Exercycle, in the middle third of the width of my arena. So I'm showing you with the camera about where the work will be done. Go ahead and go to the middle. Let me make sure that I've got you. It's nice to show in the show where the moving object is, but most important is to show Semi doing her work. Okay, now I'm going to be operating the Exercycle cable cow, and if she goes out of view of the camera, it's only because I get distracted with all the things involved in this exercise, and I will try to keep the camera on, mostly on the horse. Semi definitely knows this cable cow. Can you turn toward the south? The head, you're going to go head on head, not 90 degrees to the moving object, but you're going to be parallel. Good. Okay, and back up a step. Good. Now, Semi's pretty good. Usually about following a moving object. I'm going to give her a few slow and long, but then if it looks like she's locking on, and you use as little of your hands as possible. We do have the O-ring snaffle on today, but eventually we want to do this with just a halter or a neck ring, because let's face it, this activity is not done with reins. You're not even allowed to use the reins in competition. Okay, so a step back, I'm going to start moving. The less you use your hand, the less she will raise her head. She's going to stay nice and collected. If you just use your legs and your body and the pattern. Very nice, all the way around. So when you go all the way around, the hardest part for me when I'm doing this is to open the door on the side that you're going toward, yes. It's easy to close the door, but to pull your leg away from your hip, for me, is very difficult. But that is the clue, the body language clue to the horse that, oh, I'm supposed to go there because there's no pressure on that side. Okay, so I'm going to do that one more time, and then we're going to start doing the middle third of the run and see if she can keep up with it at 180 degrees. If I see you not going 180, not doing a straight angle, if I see you leaking into this south fence, this east fence, well, then we'll stop and we'll correct, okay? And we don't want her to get too riled up, because so far she's been very responsive. Okay, and let's move. Good. And then she's going to start locking on, because I'm going to start moving this cow. Good. I move back and forth like cows do. Good. She's got to stay head on head with this thing. We're actually out at the third. There's points off if that cow gets past the third, the middle third. Nice. You're leaking forward, yeah, though, a little bit. So let's put her back in the what we call the BC corridor, which is about 8 foot from the cow, the moving object. I was just watching a cutting on RFD TV, and I was watching the cow, not the cutter, because I wanted to remember what is the natural movement of a cow. And very often they would do exactly what I just did, and let me show the viewer. They'd go like this, and then they'd try to figure out if they could get past the horse, and then they'd go back this way. They aren't sure themselves. Their objective is to get past the horse and back to the herd. And if you're late, which you were, I'm going to make it a short run, a little bit late there. Now you don't have spurs on, yeah, and I brought them if we need them. I didn't think we would have to, but we'll put them on if we have to. And again, today is just the beginning of this show. It's the beginning of this objective of staying in the middle third. So we're going to try to find a good place to stop, and then repetition, repetition, repetition. Okay, and so you don't know which way I'm going to move this cow, and she doesn't know, but her job is to watch it and move with it. And stay head on head. I stopped because, yeah, you didn't get 180. That's it. Now she knows, okay. Okay. Now she's getting lethargic. I'm going to speed up. Now, if you had your spur on, yeah, you could tickle. You know what? I think we're going to stop the camera and you're going to put the spurs on. Just because she seems to be a little bit lethargic. Okay, we now have some blunt spurs on Katie, and we're letting Semi know they're there just by tickling her. If she gets stressed by it, we'll give her a little bit longer to get used to them. But we think it's going to give us that extra little edge to get that quickness in the middle third. She has to turn this cow. That means she has to stay head on head and then slightly ahead of the cow's head.
Good girl.
Spurs are allowed in competition. And I don't think I've ever seen a cutter in competition without a pair on. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Remember, I'm challenging her. Good. Good. Now she's got to watch. Okay, so she just rooted out, yeah, right? Okay, try not to, I understand that you had to put pressure on her mouth. you know, on the bit to get her to turn back around. But I think when she knows what the rules of the game are, as long as she doesn't get too stressed, she's just going to watch better, stay collected.
Yeah.
And the way you're going to tell her that you're going back in the other direction very quickly is not with the reins, but with the legs and the body language. Now she's getting a little bit upset, huh? Come back a little closer. Now you're outside the corridor.
Ooh.
And then back her straight. You know, if she gets really stressed, do a back just like that, all the way across the arena. It's a great exercise to get focus. And not so easy to do, to back straight like that. But that's one of our techniques to get focus, especially with a stressed horse.
Good girl.
Good. That was nice. Okay, I'm going to start moving. She's still rooting a little bit.
Yeah.
Katie's a very good rider. We'll get past these problems as we uncover them. Now you leap forward a little bit, okay? This is a training device. We just stop it, put the horse back in position, okay? So far what we've done today I think is very constructive. Good, good. Okay, let's wait for 10 seconds, you know, give her time to collect herself, so to speak, mentally. That was good. Nice. I like the way you're telling her with your body, over the haunches, over the haunches. Good. Now I'm going to, I'm going to fool her, right? She stopped. Did you have to stop her?
No.
Good. Oh, I love that. Another move or two. Perfect. Let's just find that note of resolution right there, Katie. And that was very good. We'll try it with Sadie and Eve, and then keep challenging them to get better and better at working over their haunches with the Exercycle cable cow and with our other mechanical devices, all with the objective of being able to do it with a live cow when the time is right.
Katie and Sadie practice speed control.
My youngster, we're trying to do with her speed control at the lope and over the haunches quickly, so that we can do the middle third with the cable cutting machine.
Ooh.
Now we're only going to show you a few minutes of this exercise. This is along the length of my arena, and we've got somebody standing there and a panel there to give Sadie a visual block so that she keeps her hips from drifting to the right. On that end of the arena, for some reason, she drifts. On this end of the arena, she's much better. Over the haunches on a rollback. Canter. Can she stay straight? Yes. And that fencing eventually, cantering into a fence like that, eventually, if you deal with the problems that tend to arise, like that kind of nervousness that you're seeing, that stress you're seeing, will eventually help the horse to learn to use their haunches when they stop. So we're showing you what we do here to deal with the prerequisite skills that we know are important for cow work. We're showing you with my youngest mare, Sadie, daughter to Eve, and we'll also show you
There
Eve.
we go. Good girl.
No transition. We're trying to transition to the canter, but she's staying straight. Transition.
Ooh.
A little bit of hips over, but good. Now, Katie, let's see if Katie can get that roll around, roll back there. Good. Good. All right, Katie. Here's the deal. I can see that Sadie's, getting to the end of her attention span.
Yeah, she is.
So, why don't you go back in the BC corridor, line up with the cloth cow. I'm going to give you a few slow, longer runs. And then if we think we have Sadie's focus, you're going to see what you can do about haunches, over the haunches, following the fast-moving cable cow in the middle third. We're trying to work in the center third, very slowly at first, but we're going to pick up speed. That's the whole idea here. Very nice over the haunches. Very nice, Katie and Sadie. Now we want Sadie to watch that moving object too and stop by herself, but she's not ready yet. And this is her bad direction. Let's see if we can get improvement. Yes. Good. Okay, now we're going to try to do it in such a way that Katie will have an opportunity to trot with the moving cow. In the middle third. Try to pick up a trot. Not yet. Okay. Oh, got a few steps of trot. Okay.
Ooh, good.
This is usually her better direction. Much better, but she's not stopping by herself. No, like Semi did. Yeah, okay. Let's another couple times we try to stop on a good note. Pick up where we left off by watching the video just before we have our next session. Remind ourselves what we were working on.
Ooh, good.
Good. Over the haunches. Stop in the middle this time.
Ooh.
Good, good. Okay, that's our note of resolution for today. And we'll keep you up to date on our progress.
Eve practices over the haunches with Ashley and Sonia.
Today we're working with Firecrest Easter Eve on trying to speed up her response to the cable cow in the middle third of the run. But we know Eve. We know that she gets high-headed if she gets stressed. So for today's lesson, we put on these double reins. They're great double reins. I got them from Al Ragusin. That's R-A-G-U-S-I-N. They are nothing. They do nothing if you don't need them. But if you're riding along and her head starts getting stiff and high-headed, right here on her neck is the control for break at the pole and lightness, softness in her head. You see it runs on a roller. I'll see if my handy cameraman can show you the roller. I highly recommend this kind of training device to help to make a horse soft and bring their head down in the process of riding. When you've got the reins in your hand, your legs are giving pressure and so forth, if the head suddenly starts getting stiff and high, pick this double rein up. And Eve has learned to respond to it very well. But you see, it doesn't do any pressure at all if you don't need it. Now we're going to do just a little bit along the south fence, the length of my arena fence. We're going to do a little bit of fencing with Eve, and then it's about to rain. So we're not going to do a lot of video today. It's mostly to show you where Eve is on picking up speed for rollbacks and working the Exercycle cable cow. Okay, let's go over here. I'm going to go and help Ashley, who's riding Eve today, in case Eve starts to push her hip over like Sadie did yesterday, and we have shown that on the video. I'm going to be a visual block to help Ashley to control Eve in that respect. And Ashley's learning how to put that swing, literally a swing motion into the saddle so that Eve feels that sitting on the pockets, and the legs come forward, and the stop becomes a haunches stop without using a lot of rein pressure. Good. Okay. Now go between the BC corridor. That was a good exercise. And now the objective is to ask Eve to work over her haunches using this Exercycle cable cow, and I will be operating the cable cow, and Ashley is going to try to do it with a little bit of speed, even just a trot. But we'll start with a long, slow, just to review. And then if I see that Eve is going over her haunches and watching the cable cow, we'll do a few short, quick, in the middle third of the run. Back. Okay, you didn't quite get around before you went forward. So put yourself back in position and I will stop the cow if I see that you're not all the way around. And you start.
Back.
Good. Much better. Good.
Whip.
And she is watching. Look where you're going. It's not the reins that's turning her over her haunches. Nope. That was a U-turn entirely. Let's go back in position.
Whip. Stop.
Let's do some backs, some straight backs.
Okay.
Try to get her focus. And I will come and help
Back.
with a visual block if you need it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Good, good. That makes her think. Yeah, get that hip over if you can. Okay? Position is so important. Okay. Right, now let's wait. You see dancing around like that, she is stressed, but
Back.
you're okay. You're in the corridor, the working corridor.
Back. Back.
Okay. The method you use at any particular moment has to be for the particular situation. So you learn a lot of methods.
Whip.
Good. Okay, you're gonna open the inside leg, close with pressure on the outside leg. Two, no, and then she went towards the fence.
Whip. Chill. Well, hey.
Sit on your pockets, step back. Do you see how you're giving forward motion to the outside, to the fence? And that's why you're not going 180 degrees around? Can you see that, Ashley?
With.
Yeah, you go about 90, and then you try to give forward motion, but you're not all the way around, so you end up at the fence.
Okay.
And that's called leaking. It's a common problem. I'm going to come back to the middle with the cow.
Okay. Shot, Eve. You're okay.
I'm going to make this a short, slow run because I want you to go all the way around. No sense even trying to get her to give a parallel motion to the cloth cow until she's all the way around.
Hey. Back.
Do you see that you ended up at the fence again? You understand?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. Then what we're going to do is stop the camera and let me see if I get up there. I'm going to try it now. I'm holding because she's going forward. Wait till I step back and then slowly give me an opportunity to explain to her with my legs, with my body, with my torso looking and head looking where I want to go, that I want all the way around. And then once all the way around, if we've done it, then you can move the cow. For this time slowly, because we're not ready for fast. Whoa. Whoa. See how I look where I want to go? Whoa. Asking for a back. Okay. Okay, go back. Okay, I had to hold with my right rein. Whoa. Let's wait. Not too many movements at once. She's starting to get close to the fence, but so far she's okay. I'm letting her know I'm up here, asking her to be soft, pliable. Sitting on my pockets. Okay, whoa. Inside leg to keep her out. Away from the fence, good. Okay, come on back. Whoa, and back to the middle. Whoa, and back to you. There we go. Whoa. Clinton Anderson says, when do you stop? He says, when you think you want to do more. He says, stop on a good note and take up where you left off next time, and that's what we're doing today.
Katie on Eve, trying to get more speed.
Here's Eve today with Katie. Nope. And we're working on getting that over the haunches. It's especially difficult in this direction, but we are getting it. We're going to show you with a little bit of speed. I think you'll see that coming back this way, she's better. Yes.
Good girl.
Okay, good. Oh, we're not giving Eve too much time to think about it. We're trying to get her to, yes, that was a little better. But you can see there's a little bit of a U-turn in that direction. We are getting a little bit more speed, though, from Eve.
Ooh.
Oh, much better in that direction. That whoa should be on the haunches, too. Good, good. Let's see if we can get one more good one in this other direction.
Back.
All the way, torso, better.
Ooh.
Better.
To practice haunches stops, Katie does more fencing with Eve.
Oh. Easy.
Good roll back.
Oh.
We need a little bit more control. Nice canter transit. Oh, nice. Let's stop on that one and tell her that was that she even slid a bit. Tell us what you were thinking, what you were doing, why you kept going until you felt that you were done.
I think it takes a while for her to understand what you're asking of her, but then once she gets it, she just wants to keep going, but then she just gets too excited. So that's why she's running towards the fence, but she doesn't really think to stop. She just immediately turns off. So she just takes a lot of patience.
Yeah, which is typical. Now we might put some panels on each end to give her kind of a corridor in which to work if it comes to that.
Yeah.
Our cast of characters, Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Rusty, and Susie. Heifer calf Sela. For more information, www.cowgirlchannel.com.